Today we're going to talk about the amazing benefits of ginger and turmeric for longevity and overall health. I love these two foods, ginger and turmeric. Produce section of a grocery store or Asian market. You'll definitely find them the grocery store and find them ground up and dried as spices. And so don't be afraid to actually wander to the middle aisle and go to the spice section to find ginger and turmeric. So let's talk a little bit about ginger and turmeric individually. First of all, turmeric actually comes from Southeast Asia. It is a tiny little root, kind of cigar shape, but tiny smaller, got a little skin on it. And you peel off the skin, break it in half, you'll see that it's bright orange on the inside. Now this is an edible root that can be used for cooking and stewing. You often see this in Southeast Asian cuisine. You can also find it in Indian cuisine as well. And turmeric has actually been used for traditional healing, Ayurvedic healing, traditional medicines for thousands of years. I like to think about it as a colorful spice that you can actually use for cooking as well. And what's in turmeric is something called curcumin. Now curcumin is a bioactive that does a lot of really powerful things. Curcumin lowers inflammation in your body, sort of the ghee, one of the original anti-inflammatory substances. Alright, that's what curcumin does. Also can cut off the blood supply, feeding cancer. Inflammatory, angiogenic, to help discover that activity. Curcumin also is antioxidant, so it actually protects your DNA. Look, it's our genetic instructions. They make proteins because when your DNA is damaged, it's called a mutation. You look for cancer, so protecting your DNA with an antioxidant property of curcumin, found in turmeric, is actually another benefit. The other thing that turmeric actually does is it slows down cellular aging. Now then actually reversing aging, like you don't turn into a baby when you have it, but it actually gets your cells chilled out a little bit, so your cells are not speeding up and going towards a more aged state. Alright, so it slows down cellular aging, and in fact it can actually help to slow down the burning down of your telomeres. These are actually the kind of like the fuses at the end of your DNA that burn down as we age. It slows that whole process down. So that's turmeric. About ginger, another root. I love ginger that you can actually find in the fresh market, the grocery store, spice market. If you go to an Asian grocery store, big chunks of ginger. They're sort of almost like a cactus sticking out. And ginger is something that's used in Asian cooking of all sorts. If you've actually been to the sushi bar, you know that ginger is sliced really thin and given as a pile next to your sushi. Absolutely delicious. Ginger also is used to flavor stir-fries in Chinese cooking. Ginger is used in Thai food, Vietnamese food, just a beautiful, really delicate but potent type of flavor. Now what's in ginger? Ginger has a bioactive called gingerol. Now gingerol has been studied, it's anti-inflammatory, it is antioxidant. It also cuts off the blood supply to tumors. This is something I worked on as well, and gingerol also can actually improve metabolism and help to lower lipids as well. And I want to give you a little pro tip on ginger, because when I used to buy ginger, I used to take it back, it on a cutting board, and you gotta take a knife, hopefully a small knife, and just kind of like scrape off and trim off that thin skin layer. It took a while, but I actually found a tip that I'm sharing with you now. If you want to really peel ginger like a pro, here's what you do. Take a tablespoon, just one out of your spoon drawer, your silverware drawer. You do is you hold the spoon in one hand with the curved side facing the ginger, and you hold that ginger, and you just scrape it with the spoon. Scrape, skin just at the skin level, and before it just takes like a few seconds, you've actually skinned the entire ginger without wasting it. Super easy. And it's a great pro tip for using ginger. Alright, turmeric and ginger together. When it comes to longevity and overall health, one of the things that this combination of turmeric and ginger that I think would be really good for is joint health. Now obviously as we get older from wear and tear, you get inflammation, osteoarthritis, and it turns out that ginger and turmeric, when you combine their anti-inflammatory properties together, can actually be a bulb for inflammation in your body. And what better tissue to actually aim at is to actually lower inflammation in your joints. Sure, you can take a pill, a non-steroidal in ginger, adding it to your food is a wonderful way to get some of all their bioactives in, to be able to help that vulnerability of aging, which is really joint pain and joint compromise. Okay, I think that turmeric and ginger are great for, think about it, brain health. Now when we actually are aging, one of the things that we really want to avoid is dulling of the brain cognitive deficits. You know, where's my keys now? What's my name? You want to avoid that? It's thought that inflammation plays a role, Brain inflammation plays a role. That can actually be anti-inflammatory in nature. The other thing that occurs, we think, is that oxidative stress in the brain damages neurons, the nerves in your brain. And so the antioxidant properties of both ginger and turmeric are really great to be able to help as part of an overall lifestyle plan to be able to calm down your inflammation and oxidative stress in your brain as we age. So for better cognitive health. Alright, is turmeric and ginger good for his cardiovascular health? Alright, you're within your blood vessels, which is building up of crap on the lining. Okay, this is sort of lipids and other inflammatory proteins. They've formed a crust on inside your blood vessels. When you hear about somebody having a heart attack with blockages, that's really because the crust is actually formed. The gunk has formed inside your blood vessel because of damaged blood vessels to that inner lining, the endothelial lining of your blood vessels. So anything that's anti-inflammatory actually can help counter those effects that can cause cardiovascular disease. That's the accumulation of gunk material, lipids that caused by inflammation that can actually cause blockages, narrowing, and blockages, whether it's in a heart, which sets you up for a heart attack, in the brain, sets you up for vascular dementia, as well as stroke, in your neck, the carotid arteries, and in your legs, arterial disease. Now this is actually a silent kind of heart disease, except that it's not in your heart, and the gunk accumulates to the point where you actually can't even walk 100 foot before. Hey, quick note, I wanted to share another great resource with you. I love eating seasonally. When foods are in season, their flavors are better, and they have, more importantly, more bioactives that help your body activate your health defenses, so they're better for you as well. And I put together a special guide that shows you some of these foods, called 3 disease-fighting foods for the spring. Trust me, these are the foods that you're going to want to put in your cart the next time you're in the grocery store or when you're at the farmer's market. Get my guide for you right now for free, in the caption below. Now let's get back to the video. Well, very narrow, so the muscles of your leg aren't getting enough oxygen, so you seize up and cramp, and this is actually when this actually happens. You could be walking down the parking lot just 100 foot. Now you gotta stop and rest, alright? To completely stop their work so they can achieve load up again, get rid of the lactic acid and get more oxygen. Or walking in a shopping center or shopping mall, length, and now you cramp up. That is actually peripheral arterial disease. So ginger and turmeric, with their anti-inflammatory effects, help to protect blood vessels. But the gingerol of ginger and the curcumin of turmeric are also directly groom the health of the lining of the blood vessels, the endothelial cells lining. Okay? The health of your blood vessels, flow, better heart function. The way this also applies to your legs, it applies also to erectile function as well. You want a good blood flow in every part of your body. So when it comes to brain health, cardiovascular health, turmeric and ginger are really useful. Foods to be used as part of the tool in the toolbox. The food is medicine. But every bit as importantly, I want to let you know that ginger and turmeric are great foods to cook with, whether they're dried form or whether they're fresh form. If you don't know how to use these ingredients, it's so simple. Type in ginger and turmeric, go on to Google, hit search recipe, hit search, punch up video, and watch somebody teach you some of the recipes that they love to make to create a tasty dish you created using the healthy ingredients of turmeric and ginger. I hope you found this helpful, and thank you for watching. Hi there, you'll love the next one. Stay here and check it out, and I'll see you there.